A continent the size of Europe, owned by no one, forbidden to almost everyone, and we still don't know what's buried 2 miles beneath the ice. Antarctica is not just cold. It is the coldest, driest, and windiest continent on the planet. It is twice the size of Australia and bigger than all of Europe combined. It holds 90% of the world's ice. If that ice melted completely, sea levels would rise by over 190 feet, wiping entire coastlines off the map. I don't say this often, but if you actually like this kind of thing, subscribe. You'll probably like the next videos too, so subscribe, I guess. I mean, if this is your thing, just hit subscribe. But what makes Antarctica truly remarkable is not just its size or its ice. It is the fact that no country owns it, almost no one can freely visit it, and massive portions of it have never been explored. It is a place wrapped in scientific wonder, historical mystery, and theories that range from fascinating to deeply unsettling. This is the story of what we know, what we suspect, and what may still be hidden beneath the ice. Here is something most people never learn in school. Antarctica has not always been a frozen wasteland. About 100 million years ago, during the age of dinosaurs, Antarctica was a warm, green, living continent. Scientists have found fossils of dense forests, flowing rivers, and diverse ecosystems. They have even found evidence of ancient wildfires. This was not a cold desert. It was alive and thriving. Over tens of millions of years, the continent slowly drifted toward the South Pole. Ocean currents shifted, global temperatures dropped, and the freezing began. By around 34 million years ago, ice sheets started forming. By 14 million years ago, Antarctica was locked in the deep freeze we know today. But here is where the story gets more interesting. Some researchers have found ancient pollen in ice cores, suggesting that parts of Antarctica had tundra-like plant life as recently as 12 million years ago. Certain coastal regions may have stayed habitable even longer than mainstream science admits. This has led some people to ask an uncomfortable question. Could there have been enough time and enough livable conditions for early human civilizations to exist on this continent before the ice took over? Mainstream science says no. Modern humans have only been around for about 300,000 years, and the ice sheets formed millions of years before that. The timelines simply do not match up. But not everyone accepts that answer. In 1513, an Ottoman admiral named Piri Reis drew a world map using fragments of much older charts. Some of those charts, he claimed, dated back to the time of Alexander the Great. The map shows the coastlines of South America, Africa, and a mysterious southern landmass. That southern landmass appears to match the coastline of Antarctica, not as it looks today covered in ice, but as it would look without any ice at all. Antarctica was not officially discovered until 1820. Its actual land surface beneath the ice was not mapped until the 20th century, using modern radar technology. So how did a 16th century mapmaker depict it accurately? Historian Charles Hapgood suggested a bold theory. The Piri Reis map was based on charts made by an ancient advanced civilization that had already mapped the world, including an ice-free Antarctica, thousands of years before recorded history. Mainstream historians reject this. They argue the southern landmass is just a guess, a made-up balancing continent that ancient geographers assumed must exist to balance the weight of the northern hemisphere landmasses. They say the coastline does not perfectly match and that Piri Reis was likely working with incomplete, speculative information. But supporters of the theory point to specific details, mountain ranges, river systems, and coastal features that were not confirmed until modern surveys. The Orontius Phineas map from 1531 and the Philippe Boisch map from 1737 show similar features. How do you explain that level of detail from people who had never been there? In 2016, Satellite images captured something striking in Antarctica's Ellsworth Mountains, a mountain with 4 flat, triangular faces and a sharp, pointed top. It looked almost exactly like the pyramids of Giza, but buried in snow and ice. Geologists explained it as a natural formation called a nunatak, a peak that sticks out above surrounding glaciers. They said that millions of years of wind, freezing, and temperature changes can carve rock into surprisingly regular shapes. The Matterhorn in the Swiss Alps is a similar example. But this particular formation has 4 near-perfectly symmetrical faces, which is rare even in nature. Most natural peaks like this have only 1 or 2 flat sides. Some independent researchers believe it could be an artificial structure, an ancient pyramid now buried under centuries of ice. They point to the fact that pyramids appear on every inhabited continent: Egypt, Mexico, Peru, China, Cambodia, and even Bosnia. Many of these structures share similar proportions and cardinal alignments. Could they all trace back to a single, older source of knowledge? One that originated in a civilization that once lived on Antarctica. There is no way to confirm or deny it. The ice sheet in many areas is more than a mile thick. Getting down there to explore is nearly impossible. For now, it remains one of many unanswered questions. In December 1938, Adolf Hitler authorized a secret expedition to Antarctica. On the surface, the reason was practical. Germany needed whale oil to produce food and industrial products without depending on Norwegian imports. A ship called the MS Schwabenland left Hamburg carrying 82 men, scientists, naval officers, and technicians. Over several weeks, they launched seaplanes that surveyed massive stretches of land, dropping swastika-marked darts to claim the territory. The Germans named it Neuschwabenland, New Swabia, and mapped over 600,000 square kilometers. Officially, the mission ended in early 1939, just before World War II began. Much of the data collected was lost or buried during the war. But after Germany's defeat, rumors spread. Some claimed the real purpose of the expedition was to build a hidden base beneath the ice, a secret installation where Nazi leaders could escape, or where advanced research could continue away from Allied eyes. Adding fuel to these theories, in July and August 1945, 2 German submarines, U-530 and U-977, showed up unexpectedly at an Argentine naval base, months after Germany had surrendered. Neither commander gave a clear explanation for their extended journeys through the South Atlantic. Some believe they had made stops at a hidden Antarctic outpost before surrendering. No physical evidence of a Nazi base in Antarctica has ever been found. No tunnels, no structures, no hidden chambers. But the theories have never gone away. Just 1 year after World War II ended, the United States launched the largest military expedition in Antarctic history. Operation High Jump, in 1946, involved over 4,700 men, 13 ships, and dozens of aircraft. The official mission was scientific, training personnel and mapping the continent. But the sheer scale of the operation struck many observers as excessive for a simple research trip. The expedition was led by Rear Admiral Richard E. Byrd, America's most celebrated polar explorer. Over the course of the mission, more than 1.5 million square miles of Antarctica were photographed. But the mission ended weeks ahead of schedule, and the Navy never gave a satisfying explanation why. Reports of damaged aircraft and unexplained losses circulated. Something appeared to have gone wrong, or perhaps something unexpected had been found. A document later emerged, allegedly a secret diary kept by Byrd, describing encounters with unknown aircraft, contact with beings from an advanced civilization, and a hidden underground city called Agartha. The document has never been verified and is widely believed to be a hoax. Ancient landscapes. buried valleys, preserved ecosystems, and perhaps things we have not yet imagined. Within the next few centuries, scientists believe parts of Antarctica could become green again. Grasslands could grow along the coasts. Small human settlements might become possible. The last great unknown is beginning to open up. Whatever lies beneath all that ice, ancient ruins, natural wonders, secret installations, or something else entirely, Antarctica continues to challenge everything we think we know about this planet and its history. The ice is melting. The secrets are rising. And the questions are only getting bigger. If Antarctica's secrets blew your mind, smash that like button and share this with someone who loves a good mystery. Drop your theory in the comments. What's really under the ice? Subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss our next deep dive. See you there.